Hello, welcome to our podcast, Church Chatter. I am Dillon.
And I'm Samantha.
And we have decided that we would take some of the conversations that we have almost daily and record them so that we would be able to share some interesting things with you.
That's our idea of a good time. So this first episode is really brief. We are just going to introduce ourselves. So my name is Samantha. I didn't grow up in church, actually. I was 28 the first time I walked into a church on purpose with some intention, and the church language was foreign to me. I felt like I was on the outside looking in for a lot of years. I love language, so I became obsessed with church language. I do have degrees in English, anthropology, and library and information science, and then I have my doctorate from Indiana University in literacy, culture, and language education. And my doctorate research focused on biblical language and culture. Also, I write books. I'm a writer. And I love talking about the history and the culture behind religious language. It's kind of my favorite rabbit hole to fall into.
So for me, I was brought up Protestant, and I was baptized and got communion and confirmation, and I had all those things. And so I was brought up in the church, and I grew up with all the biblical language and all the language of the church, and I was used to going. Sometimes when I was younger, I was forced to go, like many teenagers. I didn't really want to wake up and get myself together to go to church, but indeed I did. And so over the course of time, I continued to go to church and to listen to the language and hear the sermons and sing the hymns. And then in college, I kind of was questioning, do I believe, don't I believe, where am I at? Am I still Protestant, or am I something else, or am I nothing? And my degrees are in political science and legal studies. And I worked for the state senate for a little bit, and then I worked for a college doing residence life and housing and helping students find out where they want to be and where they want to go, and that was a fun time for me. I thought that I'd go to law school, and then I decided that no, I think God was calling me to something different. I'm a deep lover of social justice. I love theology, and I love the rituals and the liturgy, that fun word that we'll probably talk about in one of these episodes. I love talking about all that. I went to seminary and I became a pastor, and I'm a Lutheran pastor in the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, which is a rather progressive mainline Protestant denomination in the United States. And so that's a little bit about me.
I should also say that I'm a professor, and I teach classes like English classes, research classes, sociology, anything in the humanities, ESL, that kind of stuff. So a professor and a pastor. Another important thing is we're married, and we have two tiny humans, a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. So we are married. We talk about this stuff all the time. And this podcast, it's called Church Chatter, and we are going to have episodes unpacking a lot of words like Christ, baptized, sacrifice, Son of God. What are all of these words, and where do they come from? I'm interested in the history, like where did they come from in the Roman Empire, the Middle Ages, all of this kind of stuff. Dillon is more into theology, as you'll find.
Yeah, I like theology, and I like taking those stories and seeing how people have interpreted them over the years, which a word that we might talk about in one of the episodes is hermeneutics, and hermeneutics is the study of interpreting those stories and putting theology to them. What do we understand about those stories now? And so that's what I'm slightly interested in. I shouldn't say slightly, I'm very interested in it. And so between Samantha and I, we both have similar interests, but also some differences. And when we pull them together, I think they turn to be a nice put together.
Yeah, so tune into our episodes. We'll have a different word or phrase every episode.
We look forward to you joining us on Church Chat.
We'll talk to you soon.